Anybody have any idea why the Big Meech concert is canceled?
50 said don't ask him about it. He wish everybody the best. He has nothing to do with it.
I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head, and I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. Cause I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
Anybody have any idea why the Big Meech concert is canceled? 50 said, don't ask him about it. He wish everybody the best. He has nothing to do with it. Looks like 50 Cent just spilled the tea on how much money he threw down to shut down Big Meech's tour. And trust me, the number will leave you speechless after all the drama between these two. 50 kept things low-key, but now he's finally breaking his silence and giving us the inside scoop. Straight from his source, what's up, y'all? I woke up today, and I had this overwhelming thought in my head, and I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. I feel like it's somebody out here. Or maybe there's a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you? You were special. You thought you were special now. Let's break it all down, starting with the event itself. Big Meech's Welcome Back concert was supposed to take place on February 13th, 2025 at the Abrupt Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida. This wasn't just another show. It was a massive homecoming for Demetrius Big Me Finner, the legendary figure behind the Black Mafia family, or BMF. For nearly 2 decades, his name was synonymous with power, wealth, and controversy. His criminal empire stretched from Atlanta to Detroit and beyond, making him one of the most talked about figures in hip-hop and law enforcement circles alike. The concert was designed to honor Mex returned to the world after serving nearly 20 years in prison, originally sentenced for illegal substances tying and running a criminal enterprise. Maya's story became legendary, inspiring the hit TV series BMF, which was filmed in Atlanta. With his release, the music industry and his supporters wanted to give him a hero's welcome, and this concert was meant to be the ultimate celebration of his legacy. I got a text for some very credible dudes who said they pressed 50 to take down all the Big Me poster. Once again, I got the text. I read it out loud. As mentioned earlier, the event wasn't going to just be any concert. It was said to be a who's who of hip-hop royalty. Some of the biggest names in the game were set to perform, including L Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red Kodak, Black Moneybag Yo, and Boozy. The promotion leading up to the concert was insane everywhere. You looked social media, interviews, industry circles, people were buzzing about this event. Artists were hyping it up, calling it a historic moment, and hip-hop fans from all over were making travel plans, buying tickets, and gearing up for what was supposed to be an unforgettable night. In the days leading up to the event, excitement only grew. There were rumors of surprise guests, special performances, and even the possibility of Meech himself addressing the crowd. So you can pretty much guess that it was the ultimate way to let the world know that Big Meech was back then. Just hours before the concert was set to kick off, everything fell apart. The Abrupt Bank Arena made a shocking announcement on social media, saying that the concert was canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. No further explanation, no warning. Just like that, one of the most anticipated hip-hop events of the year was gone. Fans were outraged and confused. Ticket holders flooded social media with questions demanding to know what had happened. People who had traveled from different states were left stranded. The artists themselves seemed just as blindsided, with some taking their own platforms to express their frustration. And that's when the rumors started flying. One of the biggest rumors floating around involves Lil Baby, and 50 Cent wasted no time throwing shade about it. According to Tony, Lil Baby showed up in a Ferrari truck, pockets full of cash, but didn't actually contribute anything to the event. Now, this is where things get messy. The way Yayo tells it, Meech had some expectations. Maybe he thought Baby would drop a bag to help support the event, or at the very least gift him something to mark the occasion. After all, Rick Ross allegedly came through with gifts, so maybe Meech was expecting the same treatment, but Baby didn't come with anything. and that reportedly didn't sit right with Meech. 50 Cent didn't hesitate to call out, questioning why Lil Baby would be expected to hand over money in the first place. His take: if Meech made millions, he should have saved something for himself, instead of expecting others to foot the bill, if little. Baby's involvement wasn't already a mess. Boozy had his own reason to be frustrated. Word on the street is that he spent over $10,000 preparing for the concert, only for it to get canceled without any explanation. Boozy didn't hold back when talking about it. He admitted that he had to grind in strip clubs, hop from club to club, and hustle just to cover his expenses, and he didn't just bring himself. His crew was rolling deep. He booked hotels, arranged transportation, and made sure his family was set. All for an event that never even happened. To make matters worse, Meech reportedly didn't give Boozy any explanation for why the concert was scrapped. Imagine spending thousands of dollars only to be left in the dark just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. 50 Cent stirred the pot even more. He put out a cryptic post hinting that the event was doomed from the start because artists were dropping out left and right. He specifically called out Lil Baby, Skilla Baby, and Year Viso, suggesting that none of them were actually planning to show up. If that's true, then it looks like the entire event was already crumbling behind the scenes, and the cancellation might not have been as sudden as it seemed. If you think things were already bad enough, wait till you hear what's coming, because apparently 50 Cent just revealed that Big Meech was expecting artists to perform for free. Yeah, you heard that right, when word spread about Meech's early release. Some artists seemed down to celebrate the occasion. Remember when Sexy Red tweeted, "We're the welcome home party, and I'm trying to perform for Day"? That sounded like she was already ready to hit the stage with no check involved. But was Meech expecting that same energy from other artists too? That's where things got messy. Rumors started swirling that some big names were lined up to perform at Maya's February 13th concert. But when their teams reeled, there was no money on the table. They backed out now. And the rap game, loyalty is big, but business is bigger. Even if an artist wants to show love, their management, label, and entire team have to agree. And let's be real, no manager wants to hear free show when their client regularly rakes in 6 figures per performance. So did Meech fumble the bag by assuming artists would just show up for free? Or was it just bad business behind the scenes? Either way, 50 Cent wasted no time clowning the situation. The moment the concert got canceled, he jumped on Instagram making fun of the whole thing, and it didn't stop there. Because at this point, it's clear that 50 isn't just throwing shade. He's on a mission to take down Big Meech's reputation and financial standing. And guess what really set 50 off? Meech linked up with Rick Ross back in January 2025. Yeah, that Rick Ross, the same one who's been beefing with 50 for years. So when Meech popped up in a video with Ross promoting his big concert 50 took, that is a straight-up betrayal, and you already know. 50 wasn't going to let that slide. He hit Instagram immediately, throwing shots and calling Meech a rat. He even posted a picture of a rat with a caption, "I think I'm Big Meech," a direct jab at rumors that Meech may have cooperated with the feds. And he didn't stop there. 50 brought in 1090J, claiming he had paperwork proving Meech snitched. Then he dragged Tammy Cowens into the mix, hinting that she had dirt on Meech too. It was nonstop. But Meech wasn't having it. He clapped back, saying, "I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets, but I never folded, never told, never will death before dishonor, always with me." That should have been the end of it, right? Wrong. Because now 50's beef isn't just with Big Meech, it's dragging in Lil Meech too. And this is where things get really complicated. For years, Lil Meech was just known as Big Meech's son, but 50 Cent changed that he saw potential, put him through acting classes, made him the star of the BMF series. He built Lil Meech's career, but once Big Meech got out of prison, things shifted. Lil Meech naturally wanted to be around his father, but that meant hanging around with people 50 doesn't rock with, like Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, and in 50's eyes, that's disloyalty. So what did 50Y do? He hit Instagram again, this time leaking private messages from Lil Meech. In one of them, Lil Meech sounded hurt and confused, saying, "They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram, and now you're managing Skilla Baby with Rocket. When I brought him around you first, now you mad at me, bro. I would take the shirt off my back for you, Ross. Only gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life." And 50 being as ruthless as ever responded with just 3 words. "What, next season? Okay, let me read this text right here." So this is Lil Meech. That's it. They just said this is 250. "They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram, and now you're managing Skill a baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first, when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty and human, or I'm human. I go through my own _sir. But I never switched up on you. That's when it hit 50 isn't just trolling Big Meech. He's making it very clear that the BMF series, the show that made Lil Meech a star, might be in jeopardy too. Now we're not stopping there, because 50 Cent has more tea than ever.